Hi, I'm Dr. Justin Lin, chronic pain physical therapist at Rehab and Revive. Today, we're going to discuss the pre-sleep wind down and nervous system strategies to reduce nighttime aches and actually train your body to shut down like a smart system instead of a panic computer at 2 a.m. All right, let's get into it. Your body at night is basically a system trying to decide between two modes: recovery mode, which is your parasympathetic nervous system, and still scrolling emails mode, which is your sympathetic nervous system. Here's the blunt truth: most people are not struggling with sleep because they don't relax. They're struggling because their nervous system never got the memo that the day is over. That is where pre-sleep wind down comes in. We have a few consistent findings across sleep and pain literature. First, gentle movement before bed improves autonomic balance, shifting you toward parasympathetic dominance. Second, progressive muscle relaxation reduces sleep latency and nighttime arousal in multiple clinical studies on insomnia and chronic pain populations. Third, protocols like yoga nidra or non-sleep eat rest have been shown to reduce perceived stress and improve sleep quality. Fourth, light low load mobility work reduces next day pain sensitivity, especially in people with chronic musculoskeletal pain. Forget perfect routines. We're building something you can actually do when you're tired, distracted, and mildly annoyed at life. Step 1 is a transition buffer, which takes about 5 to 10 minutes. Do not go from chaos straight to bed. This is like slamming a car into park at 60 miles per hour. Instead, dim the lights and sit or lie down somewhere other than your bed. Let your brain arrive before your body tries to sleep. Even 5 minutes of this improves sleep onset because your brain needs a runway, not a cliff. Step 2 is the unwinding spine sequence, which takes 3 to 6 minutes. Think decompression, not stretching. Pick 2 to 3 simple movements like your supine knees to chest rocking, gentle spinal rotations like slow windshield wipers with your legs, a supported child's pose with deep breathing, slow cat-cow with long exhales, or legs up against the wall if tolerated. So here's the key rule: if it feels like exercise, you're doing it wrong. If it feels like your joints are letting go, you're on the right track. This reduces protective tone in your paraspinal muscles and gives the nervous system feedback that you're no longer in load-bearing survival mode. Step 3 is the downshift breath. Taking 2 to 5 minutes, this is the fastest lugger you have. Use a psychological sigh, which is double inhale followed by a long exhale. Or try inhaling for 4 seconds and exhaling for 6 to 8 seconds.
Inhaling through the nose for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
You can also just focus on slow nasal breathing with a longer exhale emphasis. Longer exhales equal vagus nerve activation, which triggers the parasympathetic shift. Step 4 is the brain dump lockout, taking 2 to 3 minutes. This is where most people fail sleep, not because of their body, but because of their mind. Quick strategy is to write down the 2 to 3 things: what is unresolved, what can wait, and what tomorrow's first action is. Research on cognitive offloading shows that externalizing thoughts reduces sleep latency and nighttime rumination. Step 5 is the micro reset habit hack, which is the real game changer. Most people try to start massive routine and fail. Instead, attach your wind down to something you already do. After brushing your teeth, do 3 minutes of breathing. After putting your phone in the charger, do 2 stretches. After getting into bed, do 1 quick body scan. The nervous system responds to repetition, not motivation. So this wind down is not about relaxation. It's about closing the motor output loops. You're telling the system that there's no more bracing, no more readiness, and that you are safe enough to drop the load. If you do this once, nothing changes. If you do this occasionally, it helps a bit. But if you do this consistently for 10 to 14 days, your body starts to anticipate shutdown instead of resisting it. That is where real change happens, not in intensity, but in repetition. Let us know what your thoughts of this. Drop your questions in the comments box below. Please like and subscribe because it generally helps us keep teaching you. I'm Dr. Ling. Remember, we heal smarter.